Glencoe Writer's Choice. Part 3. Resources and Skills. Unit 22. History and Development of English. Lesson 5. Modern English. By the 1590s, which is basically the late 16th century, when William Shakespeare was at his most famous time, he had this famous question in his Sonnet 18. The transition from Middle English to Modern English had already taken place. Let me read you a line. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Raw winds, thou flake the bearing buds of May, and summer's leaves half fall too for to dates, sometime too hot the eye of human finds. With the exception of these thou and half, Shakespeare's English could be mistaken into contemporary or modern English. In fact, aside from some of the spelling and vocabulary, the pronunciation changes that would take place over the next century or two, it's pretty similar to what we have today. I mean, Shakespeare's awesome. I'm not criticizing him at all, but it's so similar to our modern English. English is no longer an inflected language, word order, nor was it some case endings. It determined the functions of a word in a sentence. Grammatical gender was gone. Nothing was masculine. No words were masculine, feminine, or other like guys and gals. I mean, modifiers no need to be gender, marvelous new inventions, and the standardization was beginning to take hold of this language. And so by the mid-1400s, all of English was handwritten. Then around 1440, you might have heard the story already, Johannes Gutenberg, the guy who created the printing press, but then someone else took all the credit because I'm rich, I have enough resources to make it, decided to create the printing machine, and then you can have widely accessible books everywhere. The first book, obviously, we all know the story, was the Bible. Now, contemporary English, note some of the changes of Old English into the modern English that happened. I mean, back then we can't even understand what it was. And now let's note some of them by reading a few paraphrases from Old, Middle, and English. So, in Middle English, when that April will his shores suit, the drought of March have pressed to root. In modern English, O Gertrude, come away, the sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And in contemporary English, like today, Roger Houston, I copy, over. New technologies and new ideas and other innovations demand the creation of new words like infomercial, euro, search engine, hyperlink, Google. Google? Seriously? Network, mouse, rap, all those new words have been created, and grammatical shifts are also taking place. The verb read, for example, can also be read, as I just said, can I say? And the noun audible, which originally was an adjective meaning able to be heard, but took on a new meaning in football as a new play called at the line of scrimmage and has been transferred into a verb. The quarterback obliged way out of his potential loss of yardage. And that's exactly what happened. And now let's talk about some jargon. Cups and red dogs. Now, jargon doesn't mean that it's like Scrabble and stuff. All I can say is that jargon is one of those words that are really, really, really important. Like, let's say you're a medic and then you have a patient who is suffering from damage. Like, the patient in danger, we're having trouble detecting a pulse and a rate of respiration. The blood pressure is in a rate and falling and yada, yada, yada. And also trying to get some emergency team in a cart with a resuscitator and other equipment. It's the patient's life that's coming here, so don't give orders like that. Instead, in an office, they would say it like this. Her vitals are failing. BP is low. Start an IV and order an MRI. Call code blue. I barely understood what that means, but it probably is confusing, maybe to you, but not to the medics who need to save a patient's life right now. And this, so try a new slug and cut a new headline, and we're ready for the head transplant, doctor. It doesn't mean that you're going to transplant your head with someone else's dread, like mind swap, and it doesn't mean that you're going to try to eat a new slug. Ew. Snails, I thought snails were worse. That doesn't really mean what it means. Slug isn't basically the slug that you see on the slimy surface. Instead, a slug is actually a story name. A cut line is a caption, and ahead is a headline. So basically, they said try a new story name and try a new caption and try a new headline. And we're ready for the headline transfer, sir. Actually, that makes way more sense. Yeah, there's so many things that could have happened, and now that we know what this jargon means, we'll be able to understand and make up our own jargons probably. That's the end of today's episode. See you soon. Not out. Peace. Tempus fugit. Time flies. Bye bye.